Hey, all of you beautiful people. Welcome to the Love Affair with Myself podcast. I'm your host, Hannah. Before we dive into today's episode, I just want to let you know that this podcast is designed for my impulsive, ADHD, hot-ass mess bad bitches out there who are struggling with anxiety and low self-esteem. I help you build your self-confidence and find your purpose in life. I hear you, and you're not alone on this journey. So be sure to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and join our community of support on Instagram. And if you're loving this content, which I know that you will, please leave me a rating and a review to help others who need the support. Okay, let's get into today's episode. Welcome back to the Love Affair with Myself podcast, where we explore the intricate dance of relationships, self-growth, and empowerment. I'm so excited for today's episode. We are going to be talking about the impact on our emotional well-being, specifically the silent treatment and emotional manipulation. So my question to you is, have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone you care about just stops talking to you? Yeah, the silent treatment, it's so super frustrating and it's powerful, yet we overlook this form of emotional manipulation. Today, we're diving into the silent treatment, why it happens, how it impacts relationships, and most importantly, how to reclaim your voice and power in the face of silence. Let's break the silence and get real about this all too common yet deeply unsettling dynamic. I want to share a personal experience that really opened my eyes to what emotional manipulation looks like. So, a couple years ago, I remember the moment I realized I was caught in a toxic cycle. So, let me explain. So, my ex would go silent for 48 to 72 hours, claiming he was quote unquote processing his emotions. I had been deep into my healing journey in therapy, and I would often talk about these kind of concepts. He ended up actually using this concept as an abuse tactic. The silence was always accompanied by picking fights over the smallest things, usually when I was just trying to either set a boundary or ask for basic communication. Then he'd disappear with no plan for fixing things or even a timeline for when he'd be ready to talk. That was the worst. I remember the silence would send me into a downward spiral, and I was always grappling with like my panic disorder and battling anxiety and depression. And I eventually turned to alcohol and just thought that was the only way to feel better. And, or if he were to come back and fix everything. But let me tell you, that was definitely a mistake. And also, shout out to my friend Jen for taking care of me when I was going through these spirals. Love you, girl. What I've learned from this experience is that I'm in control of my own emotional well being. I don't have to accept behavior that undermines my self worth, and I can and should validate my own needs and respect myself. So, to that toxic cycle, boy, bye. Here are 3 ways to deal with the silent treatment if you think that you have experienced this or you're going through it currently. So, number 1, acknowledge and set boundaries. Recognize that the silent treatment is for what it is, emotional manipulation or a communication breakdown. Address it directly by expressing how the silence makes you feel and set clear boundaries. Let the other person know that open, respectful communication is necessary for the relationship to thrive. Okay, number 2, do not internalize the blame. So it's easy to start questioning yourself and wondering what you did wrong, but it's important to remember that the silent treatment is a tactic used by the other person to control or avoid confrontation. Resist the urge to take on the blame. Don't do it. And instead, focus on maintaining your self-esteem and emotional well-being. Okay. And number 3, encourage healthy communication. Promote a healthier way of dealing with conflicts by encouraging open dialogue. So let the other person know that you're willing to listen and work through issues together, but that shutting down communication isn't an acceptable way to handle problems. If the silent treatment persists, it might be a sign of deeper issues in the relationship that need to be addressed, potentially with the help of a therapist.
If this resonates with you or you're struggling to understand red flags in your own relationships, I've got just the thing for you. I've created a red flags workbook designed to help you identify red flags, explore why you might accept them, and gain valuable insights about yourself. And it's a tool to help you reflect, set boundaries, and empower yourself. This workbook is available for purchase on my website, and I truly, truly, truly believe it can provide guidance and clarity for anyone navigating complex relationship dynamics. Remember, you deserve to be in a relationship where communication is open and respect is mutual. Don't let emotional manipulation dictate your self worth or your ability to set healthy boundaries. Check out the Red Flags Workbook and take the first steps towards understanding and empowerment. And you can head over to my website, www.ownmyoutcome.com, and you can purchase the workbook there. And for those of you who are interested in starting daily journaling and incorporating tarot insights, don't forget to download my free template. It's a perfect way to set daily intentions and reflect on your journey. Again, that's on my website, www.ownmyoutcome.com. And on the homepage, you'll just scroll down, put in your info, and bam, free template. Thank you so much again for joining me today. Until next time, stay empowered and take care of yourself. Okay, bye.
Thank you to my inspiring baddies in this community at Love Affair with Myself. I'll be back next week with more insights, stories, and strategies to build your self-confidence and to help you find purpose in this amazing life that we are living. In the meantime, head over to ownmyoutcome.com to read the blog, which are filled with my personal stories, and download free templates to help you understand your emotions better and build your self-confidence. Take care of yourself and remember that I hear you. I understand the struggles, the doubts, but also the incredible fire within. You're not defined by the limitations of your past, and that's fucking powerful. See you in the next one.